Ghanaians are calling for the ban of the Toyota Voxy in the country, and most Ghanaians are actually debating on social media. Some are actually calling for the Toyota Voxy to be banned in the country. The car you actually seen on the screen, well, it's been in the news recently. I think it started somewhere in December 2025, and it has actually been a major topic of discussion in the year 2026. The reason is what we actually going to discuss on this channel today or on this platform today. So if this is your very first time of visiting that platform, we actually please with you to just do us a favor, hit on the subscription button and turn on the post notification bell, that whenever we upload new videos, you'll be the first person to get an alert on your device. Toyota Voxy. Well, you've heard a lot of news concerning the car Toyota Voxy. If you read articles concerning it, probably you came across some of these cars being involved in accidents on our roads in Ghana. You've seen how drivers are reckless about these cars on the roads in the country. Probably maybe you might have come across some of these things in the country. And I know once you are a Ghanaian, you actually know a lot about the car you're seeing on the screen, the Toyota Voxy car. Well, is the car actually the problem? Well, my name is Christopher Ebenezer. Today we are delving into details why I can clearly tell you that the car Toyota Voxy is actually not the problem. This car was actually manufactured primarily for the purposes of family, or meant for family, so that when families are actually going on a long trip, they can actually grab this car so that they can pack the entire family inside and back on their long journey. Well, but the Ghanaians are thinking that these cars are conducive, they are convenient, so they can actually buy them and start using them for commercial vehicles in the country. And that's what's actually happening now on our roads. There is no single station in Ghana now, that major station in Ghana now, that you get where you will not see a Toyota Voxy there that is on skilled loading to some parts of the country. And there's been a lot of accidents here and there. People are talking about it, and most of when they get involved in accidents, people hardly survive the accident. Well, we've been in this country where it started from 207 buses, it came to VIP buses, and it's been the Toyota Haze. And so all these cars also, there's been a lot of negative talks about them sometimes, but especially the 207 buses, where they've always been in the news several years ago. All the time they talk about the 207 buses, and people also complain that these cars were meant for cargo, but then when they get into the country, people convert them into commercial vehicles, which is actually taking lives. And it used to be one of the very best cars on the roads, which people usually use for long vehicles. Now you can only see these cars within Accra and its enclaves and some parts of the country, and they use them within Accra. From Accra to Circle, you go to Circle, Medina, you see them 37, you see them Teshi, you see all these castles on the road working. That is the 207 bus. And now nobody talks about the 207 bus being involved in an accident. They don't talk about the accident issues any longer in the country. So now when it comes to the Toyota Voxy, people are talking about their accident because they are new in the system. People are buying them, just like the Toyota Haze. When it came, a lot of car owners want to buy that particular car for their drivers, and because of how convenient the cars are, drivers always take advantage of this, and they always accelerate, they always overspeed. So the car is actually not the problem. The overspeeding and reckless driving from drivers is actually the problem. So people talking about people banning this car, and there's been a lot of issues here and there concerning the car, that they want to make sure nobody uses them again. Has been one major discussion in the country. I'm going to read some of the comments on social media to you, so that you will know that the car is not actually the problem, but then the people who are behind the wheels are actually the problem. This is a comment that is actually coming from somebody on social media on Facebook. He said, Isaac Setiam Agbeka. He said, I took one from Medina to Ho a while back, bro. When we reached Pong, I was shocked at how fast we traveled since leaving Medina. We set off around 12 a.m. and I was in Ho by 2:45 a.m. The driver told me he would have fired even more if the roads were good. He said the faster he goes, the more the engine charges up. Honestly, I didn't realize how fast we were going until I calculated the time to Pong. That night, we arrived to Ho. We arrived to find that the brouhaha between Sostek and Sokode Youth. Note, the brouhaha took some time of hours at Sokode, yet we arrived in Ho at 2:45 a.m. So that should tell you about how fast these cars are. So somebody also, Redeeman Adum, also posted this on Facebook. Said these Toyota Voxy cars and its drivers are taking a lot of lies. Many of them were assembled here in Ghana and were converted from right-hand drive to left-hand drive. I don't think these cars should be used as commercial cars. The drivers of these Voxy cars think they are in the need for speed video game. Well, that's also what somebody is also saying. So the cars are actually not the problem, but then the individuals behind the wheels are actually the problem. There are comments that if I should continue reading, so one the drivers, the car won't just wake up and start to traveling to Tamale from Kumasi without a driver. Yes, these are not self-driven cars. So how can you talk about its roadworthiness while a recognized institution has issued a roadworthy certificate for it? So one factor to the our authorities in power are also, the brain behind. They are to run the drivers through standard tests to ascertain their experience level, as many of the drivers doesn't possess the enough experience. So that's what somebody is also saying. And there's been a lot of comments concerning this car on social media, and the authorities are also trying their best to look into the matter. But then I don't think the cars are actually the problem. It is about time our authorities have to, start focusing on drivers, making sure that they don't just go issuing, licenses to anybody. They have to be doing regular, checkups at the various stations in the country, so that they do regular education, regular caution, and when somebody is driving recklessly on the road, they can either, strict measures have to, be placed on some of these drivers, so that our lives can be very safe in their hands, because they think once the car is convenient, once it is fast, they can just go about driving recklessly on the road. And sometimes passengers in the car won't, if an individual should complain that they are driving too much or they are overspeeding, there are certain individuals in the car that once raise this issue, they are going to attack you in the car. So the cars are actually not the problem, but then the individuals behind the wheels are actually the problem. Once again, if this is your first time visiting the channel, kindly hit on the subscription button, turn on the post notification bell, that whenever we upload the video, you'll be the first person to get an alert on your device. You can also share your thoughts with us in the comment section if you think the car is actually the problem, or the individuals behind the wheels are actually the problem. Share that with us if you've ever come across any of these cars on the road, and your experience with them on the road, or if you ever been on board any of these cars or your experience with them. You can also share that with us in the comment section. So until then,